before I blow dried her hair, I applied some of this zero weight gel by Lanza all over her damp hair. Then we round brush the hair, giving it like perfect foundational blow dry with a little bit of grip and a little bit of hold. I'm gonna have soft curls draping over at the end, so I wanna take a section that goes diagonally from just behind the ear, here, until the front hairline. Clip that out of the way with a clip. You wanna take sections that are going on a diagonal, because this way, as I drape the hair, once I drape the hair in front up, it'll cover over my part lines and I won't see the divisions or the sections of line. So I'll section this on both sides, and then I can turn her so you can see a good angle from the back. So here you go. There's your V-shaped section. So I'm gonna take a little keratin healing oil hairspray because it's got a nice working hold, and I spray a little bit on that section. Not a whole lot, and just smooth this over. I'm gonna put a ponytail in here, so I'll ask Andrea to hand me an elastic. Perfect. So I put in the elastic, but it's important that I keep it loose. See how much space I have between the elastic and between the scalp and where I'm placing the elastic? So I keep it nice and loose to begin with, and then I'm going to gently tighten it once I get it placed in, but I want to tighten it only so that it lays at the base. The important part of that tightening process is that this part lays nice and neat over the top of that part line so you don't see it. Now, on this first ponytail, it's the only one that I have to do a little disguise. So I'm gonna take a small piece of hair from the ponytail, and I'm gonna wrap it around the elastic. I'm going to take and I'm gonna bobby pin underneath, holding that hair in place and securing it around the base. So that's your first ponytail section placed. Now, what I'm gonna do is I need to lift this ponytail up out of my way, gently clip it to the top section, and then I'm gonna create a second ponytail section. I have this hair left out in the front, so I'm not worried about that. Just take another small section, place it underneath the first, so it's gonna incorporate both sides. So the rubber band, again, elastic goes in a little bit away from the scalp. My elevation is low, so I have like a nice softness to it. Just get a couple wraps around and then gently tighten. So all the part lines are covered. Perfect. Now here's the fun part. So I'm gonna drop the top section. So now I have two ponytails, right? So two ponytails, the top section, I'm going to split in half, keeping it nice and clean. And I'm going to take the bottom ponytail and bring it up in between them. And now this gets gently clipped out of the way like the first. And now these two ponytails become one down below, and you're creating like a little loop. Now, this new loop gets joined with your next section. Super easy. Then squeeze in so it's tight enough. Now here's what we're going to do. This section here, drop down the ponytail, and now we have a loop here that's going to be pulled open. We can fan it open, and here's a little trick. In order to get this nice and full, but also have a little bit of control and definition, this is the Keratin Healing Oil Plumper Spray. So it's actually plumping the hair from the outside and giving you a good amount of shape. So all of this hair along the bottom hairline gets brought in. Now cinch it up. So it really hugs the nape of the neck there. So now I don't have any hair to add from the sides. I've reached the very, very bottom. So the easiest way to do this is just to keep doing ponytails. So I go space down just a little bit, do one ponytail. Then I'm gonna open this up as though if it were coming from the top, and I split it open, and I just pull the bottom ponytail through. Open this up a little bit. So all I did was just finish that off. Now, all I'm gonna do with this end, just so that this looks like a nice formal like up style, is just gonna take this bottom part and roll it under. Now, let's play around with the front pieces. So, I have the section, sprayed it with a dry texture spray. Now I'm gonna take a small 1/2 inch curling iron. You can change the length depending, or change the width of your iron depending on what you're looking for, but the important part is that you point the iron back towards the head. You don't wanna curl it forward and then have to like turn the curl inside out. You wanna wrap it back. So open it, so it's facing towards the back, and then wrap it around the iron. And then I'm just gonna let some of these set. The reason I change the curl direction is so that these the curls don't all integrate together. So we'll start on this side, so these have a couple extra seconds to cool. Drop these down. So the idea is that you want to be able to stretch this and have it open up this direction, almost like an accordion, right? So it's just becoming opened up, and you can see the texture that's sort of created through the side there. Okay, so I'm gently brushing these out. Now, the way that you approach this brush out portion is all dependent on the texture of hair that you have. So, if you have a texture of hair like Andrea's here, where as I brush it, the curl formation wants to jump back, it wants to stay curly, right? So I can be more aggressive with my brushing because I'm not worried about the curl formation just dropping out completely. And let the hair that you took all that time to set just bend and react in a way that you like. Now the last little trick that I like to use, taking a little bit of the Keratin Healing Oil Cream Gel, I'm gonna use it on the tip of a blush brush, work the blush brush around, and anywhere along the hairline, even though this is soft and effortless, if you have little flyaways that you want to be incorporated in, you're just gonna use blush brush and give yourself a nice clean polish. And there you go.